It's Saturday morning. I didn't go into work today. Kind of lazed around in the house a little bit. But that's okay, ain't it? Once in a while. The little man should be out shortly as soon as he gets done taking out the trash. And I'm sorry, the young man. And I think we're going to try to get some brake fluid in this bad boy and figure out the hydroboost lines. That's at least one of the goals for today. We'll see how the rest goes. We did take the hood and fenders and running boards and everything down to the sandblaster, and we should be able to pick them up next week. So we'll have some priming and stuff to do, and we're going to keep getting after it here. Keep getting her together. It's kind of fun, ain't it? And I probably ought to clean up my workbench from all the brake line stuff. Several people have asked, what color are you going to paint it? That is the original color. This is a close match. I think it's Volkswagen something or another. That's what we're going to paint it right there. You know, it occurs to me, I'm sure every father and son has things that the son does that drives the father just bonkers. Bonkers.
It's a two-way thing, too.
So I thought it might be interesting if y'all left in the comments down there, just some stuff that you and your dad drove each other bonkers. Like this guy, for example, he moves slower than molasses in February, and it just drives me bonkers. Well, February's colder in some places. So, and I can't think of anything that I do that drives him crazy. Can you?
A couple of things.
Well, when they come to mind, let me know. So leave it in the comments. It might be fun to hear. By the way, what we're doing is putting tools away. You got to put all the tools away before you start work, so you can find them when you're starting the next project, right? What's the temperature in here? We ain't commented on that in a while. Oh, it's a cozy 72. Isn't that nice? Whoever invented air conditioning was a wonderful person. Also figured I'd let y'all in on my latest plan. My latest plan is I hauled all the other sheet metal, well, most all of it, to the sandblaster. I think for a couple $100 or whatever it costs. It's going to be well worth it. One, I won't have that giant mess outside my door. Two, I won't have to do the sandblasting. And at my age, can you believe I'm starting to use that term? At my age, I don't have to sandblast, so I'm not going to, unless I just plain feel like it, with the chances of that are pretty slim. But he needs to at some point. So when that stuff gets back, I intend to touch up the underside of the cab here with some POR 15 and do the underside of the fenders, running boards, and the grill housing with PR 15. So my idea is have all that stuff here at once, do that, and then get it in primer so it's not going to rust, and start body working those pieces. I think I need to get this cab painted before I set it in its final place on the frame, because it's channeled just a little, and it'd be real hard to get the color right around all those obstacles. That's my latest plan. And by the way, I've been watching a couple other YouTube channels. One is Jonathan W. It's a good name. And he's building a, well, it's not really a rat rod, it's a hot rod. He's posting a video about every day, building it real fast and doing a pretty nice job. And the dude can do anything, upholstery, whatever. I can't do upholstery, or at least I haven't. And then there's one called DD Speed Shop. He just did a 55 Chevy, now he's doing a 57 Chevy and knocking it out. He's not painting it, but he's gonna make it run. So it's pretty cool. Y'all go watch those guys. You can learn some stuff. Learn some stuff. Always learn something. Alright, I'm gonna quit jabbering now. I'm gonna go back to work. Just look at him. He's putting water in the fridge for me, so I won't become dehydrated. He's doing that fairly quickly. Good job, son. I went out and dug out some pieces for the little guy to paint. This is the radiator mount. It's kind of oily, so we're going to need to clean it up, sand it, and prime it and paint it. Take these off. Those fit in the top of the radiator to hold it in place. That right there is a fender brace. Somewhere I got some other stuff. I need to dig that up too, don't I?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Alright, I think I'm sufficiently cleaned up where I can get back to work. I think there's a water bottle laying in the middle of the floor. Anyway, what we're going to work on now is the Hydro-Boost lines. Here's the old ones. I'm going to see. I don't have any way to make this flare. It's the O-ring tight, but I'm going to see what I can come up with here. What's that, bud?
A whole bunch of interesting stuff in this old newspaper.
What year is it? 1960 something? This
1965.
1965. Stowbolt 50 sent that with something he sent us. Maybe that radio in the 66. The little guy's reading about what's happening in Vietnam. Alright, here's what I come up with so far. I've cut the original hoses to use these fittings. That one worked out pretty good, just turn around backwards. This one I had to bend a little bit. See there? And my idea is use 3/8 compression fittings there. And then I need to make this straight 2 times and run it up there. And then I need to go to the parts store. This is the Ford power steering pump. This is a unique fitting, which I don't have no more of. I need to see if they can crimp a new end on this end to go to 3/8, because the other end of it is 5/16. I don't understand that. That's kind of weird, but I need to go 3/8 back to the Hydro-Boost unit and then come back to 5/16. And it makes good sense to me to come back 3/8 and then switch to 5/16 once we get here. But I think I'm going to go to the parts store now, buy a couple parts to help me get closer here. And then we'll go back again, probably. So 1965 was pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah, a lot of stuff you read about in history books.
Yeah, that's the day it happened right there.
But different, because they can't teach you the actual history.
History's pretty interesting stuff. You know, I found an arrowhead out in the woods one time. A little bitty arrowhead, and it was perfect. Perfect arrowhead. And, I don't know, you just hold that in your hand and think about it. You know, what was that guy worried about? However many hundreds of years ago it was. He was hungry. Where was he going to eat? What was his next meal? You know? Here we're worried, can I pay for the iPhone? Do I have Wi-Fi? Oh my gosh, the Wi-Fi won't go from the house to the garage.
I still have the same worry about him. What am I going to eat next?
Well, yeah, that's true. What's he gonna eat? That boy is worried about that, I'll say that. It's good to study history. You can learn from history. They say history always repeats itself. And I'm afraid that's true. The old cartoons, that's pretty funny there. Henry, that awful remark you made last spring about my driving was unforgivable. There's a political cartoon. I'm not really sure of the significance of it. The Dominican Republic's the egg on the wall. Humpty Dumpty on the wall. I'm not really sure. Anyways. And then here's some quotes. For he who tooteth not his own horn, the horn same shall not be tooted.
What does that mean?
It means if you don't toot your own horn, nobody else will either. Speaking of food, he's spotting here how cheap spare ribs are, 49 cents a pound. Coffee, 49 cents a pound.
Some sausages are only 49 cents.
59 cents for a half-pound package of Swiss premium sausage. But here's what I'm interested in. Lincoln Mercury. 16 others. From Duke Witt's Lincoln Mercury in Springfield, Missouri. Look at the old stereos. My grandma had one like that. There's LBJ. President Johnson recuperating from gallbladder operation. Talks with Vice President Hubert Humphrey. Stops pain of detergent hands. Solar cane. I wonder what the active ingredient in that is. You know what? We're not getting any trucks built looking at this newspaper.
That's true.
Oh, look who pops in. Alright, I was just back from the parts store where I spent $50 on them two fittings, a new end on the hose, and a piece of 3/8 tubing. $50. Now, I used to work at a parts store way back in the day, and I happen to know they make big profit off these weatherhead fittings. Which they gotta make profit, I guess, but doggone it. Alright, I'm gonna quit belly aching and go back to work. On the bright side, they had what I needed. Alright, here's what we got. We've got this line hooked up, run up through here. I'll need to attach it to the frame up under there properly, and then it attaches here. I've just got that stuck in there. We might shorten it up a little bit, but it's roughed into position, and now I need to build the line that's going to come from the Hydro-Boost unit back to the steering box. But first, the young man's worried about what he's going to eat, and I'm starting to get a little bit worried about it myself. So let's go in the house, see what's up for lunch. Alright, he's still in feeling his belly. Had his seconds, you know. But that's okay. He's a grown boy. I need to get back after it though. I got stuff to do. Alright, we just got back from the parts store where they made this 1 foot long hose with a 3/8 end on one end and a 5/16 on the other. How much you reckon that cost?
$15?
$53 with tax. And I could see the man working on the prices in the computer, so I wouldn't be so flabbergasted when he told me. And what you got there?
Oh, just some circus peanuts.
Some circus peanuts. You know you're going to be as big as an elephant if you keep eating them circus peanuts. Alright. Here's what we've done so far. We got the return in place. Now mind you, you can't just use fuel hose for the return line. You got to use hose that is designed for oil, transmission oil, or power steering oil. And I've got the lines run back through there. I still got to do a little tweak in that one, ain't just right. I'm using some 3/8 fuel line and some zip ties to keep them from rubbing against each other, rubbing holes in them, you know. And then I noticed I don't have any bolts on the bottom side of my bracket here. I guess I better do that. And also, you notice right there that pin is the wrong size, so I'm gonna have to make a bushing. Once I get everything situated, I'll make that bushing and the Hydro-Boost will be done, which will be awesome. Been drinking water long? This boy, I swear. I'm under there and I grunted or something. He said, "What's your problem?" I said, "Oh, what's your problem?" He said, "No, what are you struggling with?" As he's eating his circus peanut. I swear. Alright, we've been making pretty good progress here. Got the return lines run, had everything looking nice and pretty until I realized I'm a big fat dum-dum and got the lines a little too close right here. So that when you steer, it probably would hit the line. So I'm going to have to reconfigure here. And the problem is, I've already attached this line here and I ain't got enough to bend it around this way, so I'm gonna have to put my thinking cap on to figure out how to fix this. And quite honestly, I'm frustrated enough, I probably better just walk away for a little bit and come back to it when my head is clearer. What are you checking your watch for?
I want to watch the for, seeing what time it is.
And what time is it?
3. Yeah, 3.
Big hand, little hand.
4.
Alright. It's 3:45. I shouldn't be frustrated this early, but I am. So I think I'm going to take a break. I got to go get that boy some school clothes anyways. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to let my head cool down. So you want to ring the bell?
Sure.
Alright, do it. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to click like. I asked y'all to click like last time and it was like twice as many likes. Maybe 3 times as many likes. It don't cost you nothing. Just hit the button. Just mash it. It might help me out a little bit.
When you said you showed the
Statistics?
Yeah.
Yeah. The statistics are, I'm broke and I got, this stuff costs a lot of money. That's what the statistics are. Alright, anyway, thanks y'all for watching. You don't have to click like if you don't want to. It's, whatever. Hit the thumbs down if you want, or whatever.
Anybody else?
Don't forget to go to MrHeavyChevy.com where you too can buy Who the Heck is a Mr. Heavy Chevy bumper stickers. Soon I may have some Q-Jet equipped stickers. And Mrs. Heavy Chevy is suffering from a migraine today. Might have some hats or something soon. But anyways, we're gonna go do what we gotta do now.